Hi, I'm Ken, and this is my wife, Martha. Welcome to our home 2.0. Come on in. On April the 1st of 23, an EF2 tornado roared through our house. And today we are going to talk about what happened and what the impact was and our rebuild process. We have a weather app on our phones, and we kept up with the track of the tornado. And when the weather people said that it was heading our way and it would be here in about 15 minutes, Martha and I and a student that was staying in an apartment went to the storm shelter, and we rode out the storm. The path of the tornado came from the southwest, and it came right through the houses that you can see in the background on the other side of the road there, and it took all five of those houses off their foundation and pretty much destroyed them. And it came right through and directly through our house, and it went right through our bedroom and kept on going and went through the living room and the bedroom, and then took the entire detached garage. And the slab that the detached garage is on was the cleanest spot in the whole neighborhood because it was totally cleaned off. This is where we were during the tornado, and Martha called the student who was living in the apartment and told him to get down here. He was right there. One of the reasons we didn't think it was a very big deal is because the emergency lights came on as soon as the power went out. So we hardly knew we had had a tornado until we opened the door.
Thinking back on, I guess it was April 1st, I was out of town. My family was here, and Ken and them were all stuck in their garage, in their shelter. My family was down in their shelter. All the brick had fallen down off the top of our house, and Ken and Daniel, a young man that was living with them, they came over and they dug Heather and Charlie and Wilder and Jolene out of the basement before the police and fire department were even here. Pitch black, stormy. It's wild to even think about.
This is the design manual that the house designer sent us when we first started building our house. And it's tabbed with the various things that you're going to do, install in your house, windows and doors, paint, that sort of thing. Of course, it's empty when you start, and the objective is to fill it out. We liked that so much, we did it again. We started off with a basic plan that we got from the house designers, and I'm an engineer, so that wouldn't do. I had to modify it. And we also, not only just for me, but we modified the design to fit the way we live. For instance, the living room that we're standing in, we wanted to raise the ceiling in this room to be I guess it's 20 feet up there, to incorporate the clear story windows that were already in the outside design. So we did that. When we modified the design, part of our modification was to expand the dining room, because we have a large family that comes to have meals with us occasionally. And of course, when we expanded the dining room, the kitchen expanded with it. I had a specific requirement for the countertop to fit that larger design, and the specific requirement was, how big can you bring your countertop in here in one piece? And so that's what we got.
We left our cabinets pretty much like they were before the tornado, but our cabinet designer had told me before that she thought this bank of cabinets was maybe a little too much, but I went ahead and did that anyway. But after the tornado, I think I agree with her, and so we made this glass cabinet instead of the cabinet that was there, and I think I like it much better. I think she was right to begin with. So
we purchased all of our plumbing fixtures from Ferguson. They gave us a good price, and they had designers that helped us select all the fixtures for the sinks. We also ultimately bought all of our appliances from them, They agreed to match any price that we could find. We chose Genair for all of our kitchen appliances, primarily because Genair has a good reputation. We think they're reliable. We shopped around quite a bit to look for appliances. The fireplace we chose is a Mendota fireplace, and we had traveled actually most of Tennessee looking for the right fireplace that had the right style. Well, after the tornado, it blew out all the windows, and it was not even another decision. That we went straight back to Pella, and we bought them at Lowe's, but we went back because we really thought they were a high quality item, and they fit well, perform well. Our garage doors with the rebuild were from Clopay, and they gave us a substantial discount. We selected GAF roofing because we looked for, number one was a reputable vendor, a reputable company who makes the shingles, and number two was the color and style. And we got all three of those things with GAF. Well, all the appliances in here were donated by Whirlpool, and not only did they donate them, but they had them delivered and installed. So virtually we did nothing. They took care of the whole thing for us, and we got a dishwasher, a range, microwave, refrigerator, and around the corner is a stacked washer dryer. And the flooring that you see in here was all donated by Mohawk, generously I might add. We wanted a modern farmhouse look when we designed and built the house, and in order to do that, we thought anyway that you needed to have horizontal planking, and I did not want to have exposed wood. I wanted to have something much more durable, so we chose James Hardy as our siding throughout. Obviously, since we were in the storm shelter during a pretty severe weather event and escaped unharmed, we would highly recommend that you have an escape plan and a shelter of some sort to protect yourself and your family. A lot of our neighbors were impacted more than we were. We were able to help some of them out, and that was rewarding for us, and it did bring the neighborhood closer together. We all know each other a whole lot better now. When we built the house initially, it was intended to be our forever home, and it was never a thought in our minds anyway to build anywhere else. Martha's family is here. The house was pretty much structurally intact. It wasn't that old. We had the same builder, and it was an easy decision. We're just going back the way we started.